Attention. Rope.
Rowing is considered by many to be one of the most demanding sports, both mentally and physically. With new COVID protocols put in place, the Manhattan men's crew team has been forced to adapt, but in unique ways. Since the crew team is a club, they do not abide by the MAC protocols, so they are forced to implement changes enforced by US Rowing. As a member of the crew team myself, I have seen firsthand some of the changes that were made to ensure the safety of all rowers. I spoke to my head coach Karla Ward, as well as one of our captains Doud on some of the specific protocols that were implemented, as well as whether or not our goals have changed as a team as a result of all these new COVID protocols.
So I think now everyone's been more aware of their personal safety, so practice has definitely looked a lot different because we try to row in a lot smaller boats now and we try not to go out in the 8 as much. We're definitely still trying to get better and still trying to win the races that we're going to race in this upcoming season. And I think everybody's done a good job of just making sure that they do their part because all it takes is one person.
So, we were able to, on the first day of school, start practice with these in place, such as being masked 100% of the time, right? So most people were rowing with their masks on with people that they lived with. And that included also transportation. We tried to keep all of our roommates together and in pods.
As a rower, I'm sure it's going to feel weird, because you're going to try to be in that mindset where you're just focusing on the boat, but if your mask slips or something, it could take your mind off it. So I think it could lead to some minor challenges, but hopefully throughout practice we can work those out and just find ways to make sure that those things don't happen.
Absolutely, this is not a normal season. Those are able to manage and prioritize and want to put crew a little higher on their list, then those are going to be the boats, especially as we go towards Dad Vales, right? But that doesn't limit everybody else because they're still a team, right? So we could have potentially a 4 going to Dad Vales, but it doesn't mean that those guys are only guys who show up to practice.
Number one goal has probably turned to just safety of everyone on the team, but I think in terms of races, usually we try and do our best for fall or spring Mets because that's when we have all of the local schools that we can really do well against, but unfortunately this year we're kind of doing a hybrid version. I think since we're versing similar teams, our goal is to win those races and try and show that we're one of the best teams in the area.
We know that crew is an important thing for all of our guys. But it's only one thing of our college experience, right? We have school, we have academics, we have family, we have crew, we have our other clubs and organizations, we have intramurals. We are just one piece of the experience of college life. And we understand how hard it is to go to school virtually. We absolutely want to be as competitive as we can be, but there is an understanding of where we are in this pandemic and how do we support our students?
Like many sports on campus, we have been placed in a tough situation with the protocols we face as a team. But as long as we keep each other safe, these new COVID protocols will not stop our crew in pursuit towards medaling in our races. We will continue to become better each day as we look towards our goals. My name is John McKiernan, and on behalf of the Manhattan men's crew team, thank you very much for watching.